Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm your host, Lasan Fei. And... oh, we're nearing the end. Also, if I've done my math right, this episode is going up on my birthday. So that's exciting.
Up there.
And I'm also, well, fairly certain this is the last.
Everyone back! No!
Anchor meltdown. The anchor now builds up power even faster. Using it is difficult but discharges all accumulated focus. If the focus reaches full power, the anchor discharges uncontrollably, damaging you and your allies as well as nearby enemies.
That can't be healthy. Perhaps Solus can help.
Solus doesn't want to hurt people. He isn't that kind of wolf. The Canary don't see.
Indeed. Alright. Just kind of letting that edge off a bit. You take one. You take one. You take Bull. Alright. Inquisitor. Bull, you gonna follow us this time? Okay. Alright, supplies replenished.
That must be where Solus is.
Across the way, probably. Boom. Alright. Through here we go. Into the gully?
There! He can't be far from her, or it hurts him.
Cerebus, Rethrol, Shukra!
Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Alright. Sorry, Cole. Alright. Okay. Where are we going? This way. Yeah, I hear ya. Well, that was over quickly. Oh. Let me get close. room. Alright. Come on. Down you go. Okay. Pass the primer. We're good. And through another mirror. Oh. Shrines of the Dread Wolf. Lovely.
He's coming to stop us.
Oh dear. Oh, that sucks. Ow. Shit.
I'm falling back.
No, let me out, let me out, let me out! Okay. We're just gonna take that. Alright. Oh dear, Dorian. Oh, I'm not paying attention.
That's all you've got. I went through Sahara, you little shit.
Alright. You can have one. You can have one. You should have one. Nope. Cool.
Is no longer following orders.
Not leave here, Inquisitor. Antam, Ibrasha Gadi.
Oh dear. E? Okay. That's alright, I didn't need that animation. Ugh. Hi. Oh. Right, need to pay attention. That's a lot. Alright, full. Take that. And we're good, capped on supplies. Because fighting Sarath is hard. Oh, interesting. So I can enter it. Suddenly everyone's health just like drop away. Alright. Well. Ugh. Where does this one go?
One of the damned
One of the damn mirrors has to lead out of here.
has to lead out of here.
Probably. Well, that's the pretty one.
All right. Maravaskatara!
You are dead, Inquisitor. Your soul is dust.
Oh, lovely. Oh, hi, Sarah. Annoying. You're annoying. Really? And I thought Canary didn't like demons. happy place, not a happy place. Okay. Lovely. It summoned a pride demon. I've got to
We can't touch this guy! Use your mark! We can't touch this guy!
Ugh.
Use your mark!
Well, I need focus to do that.
He's invulnerable. Use your mark.
Like that? Ugh. Alright, fine, done. Ugh. Ugh. Well, that's not good. Oh dear. Many stoned Kunari. And not in the fun way.
Ebesit kata, etwa ost.
Maraskata.
Your forces have failed. Leave now and tell the Canary to trouble me no further.
Solus.
Hello. Well, that armor's becoming on you.
That should give us more time. I suspect you have questions.
Hey, I did unlock it! Sweet.
The Kunari answered some of those questions. The information I found while traveling through the Alluvians answered more. You're Fen'Harel. You're the Dread Wolf.
Well done. I was Solus first. Fen'Harel came later. An insult I took as a badge of pride. The Dread Wolf inspired hope in my friends, and fear in my enemies. Not unlike Inquisitor, I suppose. And now you know. What is the old Dalish curse? May the Dread Wolf take you?
So...
Are you a fragment of what Fen'Harel once was? Like Mythal?
No. This is all I have ever been.
And the legends?
I sought to set my people free from slavery to would-be gods. I broke the chains of all who wished to join me. The false gods called me Fen'Harel, and when they finally went too far, I formed the Veil and banished them forever. Thus I freed the Elven people, and in so doing, destroyed their world.
So many questions.
You love the Fade. Why would you create the Veil to hide it all away?
Because every alternative was worse.
Meaning?
Had I not created the Veil, the Evanurus would have destroyed the entire world.
So...
You banished the false gods. You didn't kill them.
You met Mythal, did you not? The first of my people do not die so easily. The Evanurus are banished forever, paying the ultimate price for their misdeeds.
So...
The Evanurus were elven mages. How did they come to be remembered as gods?
Slowly. It started with a war.
Of course it
War
did.
breeds fear. Fear breeds a desire for simplicity. Good and evil, right and wrong, chains of command. After the war ended, generals became respected elders, then kings, finally gods. The Evanurus.
So...
You said that the elven gods went too far. What did they do that made you move against them?
They killed Mythal. A crime for which an eternity of torment is the only fitting punishment.
I thought Mythal was one of the Evanurus.
She was the best of them. She cared for her people. She protected them. She was a voice of reason. And in their lust for power, they killed her.
So...
How did creating the Veil destroy the world?
You saw the remains of Via Dethara. The library was intrinsically tied to the Fade, and the Veil destroyed it. There were countless other marvels, all dependent on the presence of the Fade, all destroyed. Your legends are half right. We were immortal. It was not the arrival of humans that caused us to begin aging.
There's the disconnect with the Fade.
It was me. The Veil took everything from the elves. Even themselves.
And now?
That's the past. What about the future?
I lay in dark and dreaming sleep while countless wars and ages passed. I woke still weak a year before I joined you. My people fell for what I did to strike the Evanurus down. But still, some hope remains for restoration.
All these
I will
big
save the
illusions.
elven people, even if it means this world must die.
Why does this world have to die for the elves to return?
A good question, but not one I will answer. You have always shown a thoughtfulness I respected. It would be too easy to tell you too much. I am not Corypheus. I take no joy in this. But the return of my people means the end of yours. It is my fight. You should be more concerned about the Inquisition. Your Inquisition. In stopping
dear.
the Dragon's Breath, you have prevented an invasion by Qunari forces.
But...
With luck, they will return their focus to Tevinter. That should give you a few years of relative peace.
So...
The Qunari said the Inquisition was unknowingly working for agents of Fen'Harel.
I gave no orders.
You led us to Skyhold.
Corypheus should have died unlocking my orb. When he survived, my plans were thrown into chaos. When you survived, I saw the Inquisition as the best hope this world had of stopping him. And you needed a home. Hence, Skyhold.
So...
You gave your orb to Corypheus.
Not directly. My agents allowed the Venatori to locate it. The orb had built up magical energy while I lay unconscious for millennia. I was not powerful enough to open it. The plan was for Corypheus to unlock it, and for the resulting explosion to kill him. Then I would claim the orb. I did not foresee a Tevinter Magister having learned the secret of effective immortality.
Okay, so...
What would have happened if Corypheus had died, and you'd recovered the orb?
I would have entered the Fade using the mark you now bear. Then I would have torn down the veil. As this world burned in the raw chaos, I would have restored the world of my time. The world of the elves.
But then...
If you destroyed the veil, wouldn't the false gods be freed?
I had plans.
Really now?
I never thought of you as someone who would do that, Solus.
Thank you. You must understand. I awoke in a world where the veil had blocked most people's conscious connection to the Fade. It was like walking through a world of tranquil.
We aren't even people to you.
Not at first. You showed me that I was wrong. Again. That does not make what must come next any easier.
Yeah.
For whatever it's worth, thanks for the castle.
For whatever it's worth, you used it well.
So...
What's wrong with the Inquisition?
You created a powerful organization. And now it suffers the inevitable fate of such.
that.
Betrayal and corruption.
It's not that simple.
Do you know how I discovered the Canary plot? The plot I disrupted by leading them to your doorstep. The Canary spies in the Inquisition tripped over my spies in the Inquisition. The avant-garde who led you to the Canary body? Who intercepted the servant with the Gatlock barrel? Mine.
Of course. So...
Why bother disrupting the Kunari plot if you're going to destroy the world regardless?
You have shown me that there is value in this world, Inquisitor. I take no joy in what I must do. Until that day comes, I would see those recovering from the breach free of the Qun.
Why?
Because I am not a monster. If they must die, I would rather they die in comfort. In any event, it is done.
Okay. Well, thank you for
I
letting
guess
us
we
know.
owe you for that one too.
I hope it gives your people some final peace.
So...
You control the Illuvians now.
Yes. You remember Briala from Halam Shiral? For a time, she controlled part of the labyrinth. One of my agents was supposed to take it from her, but he did not succeed. I had to override the magic personally. The Canaries stumbled upon this section independently. With them gone, the Illuvians are now mine.
So, alright. Now that all that's done, your mark in my hand is killing me.
There's still the matter of the anchor. It's getting worse.
I know, Venan. And we are running out of time.
Convenient that it
The
waited
mark
for
will
all
eventually kill you. Drawing you here gave me the chance to save you. At least for now.
And the two choices.
Solus, Varlath Vir Suladin.
I wish it could, Venan. My love.
And the understanding that that is a distraction.
I will never forget you.
For a moment, while he does stuff. But, yeah. Anywho. That happened.
Something must be done, but we cannot lose the Inquisition now. We stand on the brink of war with the Canary.
Yes, because this Solas provoked them in the first place.
The Inquisition did not cause this threat. We informed the Summit of the danger.
The danger posed by Canary spies inside your organization.
Without our organization, you would not be alive to complain.
No one has forgotten what you have done. But Corypheus is 2 years dead.
If the Inquisition is to continue, it must do so as a legitimate organization, not a glorified mercenary band.
Inquisitor.
Okay, Inquisition serves Divine Victoria. It's all a matter of... Well, here's the thing. I think in my original playthrough, I actually kept the Inquisition alive. But this playthrough, I kind of want to disband it. So, yeah.
You all know what this is? A writ from Divine Justinia authorizing the formation of the Inquisition. We pledge to close the breach, find those responsible, and restore order, with or without anyone's approval. It wasn't a formally authorized treaty that saved Ferelden's people. It wasn't careful diplomacy that ended your inane civil war. It was never about the organization. It was about people doing what was necessary. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a world to save. Again. Effective immediately, the Inquisition is disbanded.
Hey guys! How we doing? Another chapter in Swords and Shields. I like how Bull is the first one to follow after Dorian goes. And now the arm's gone. In short order, the Inquisition was disbanded. Some were relieved to see the unpredictable organization dismantled. Oh, good. I don't have to read this that fast. Others preferred to remember the Inquisition's good works and the many lives it had saved. Those who had served returned to their former lives, knowing that they had stopped a great evil from destroying the world. And hoping that the peace for which they had fought remained once the Inquisition was gone. With the dragon's breath disrupted and any hope of a swift victory dashed, the Qunari retreated back to the north. Few knew what debates were waged in Parvalon, but not long after the Exalted Council, the Qunari launched new attacks against Tevinter. Their aggression caught the already unstable Imperium off guard. Tevinter was soon mired in a war many feared could spread across Thedas. The Exalted Council remained intact, advising Divine Victoria on important matters. Cassandra served for several years. While she often disagreed with Liliana's policy, the former right and left hands of the Divine shared a mutual respect and worked well together. And she let her braid down. Cassandra also spent time in the Hunterhorn Mountains north of Orlais, where she worked to rebuild the Seekers. For a time, the new Seekers remained reclusive, showing no interest in worldly affairs and working to a purpose a few outside their order could guess. The end of the Inquisition, as it had been sent shockwaves through the College of Enchanters. Madame de Fer ably played on the mage's spheres. Great. Her followers united to build a new circle, with Vivienne as its Grand Enchanter, in direct competition with the college. What the circle lacked in numbers, they made up for in political connections. Soon they were a force to be reckoned with. The two institutions settled into an uneasy coexistence across the South, vying for power. Lovely. After the Exalted Council, Liliana devoted herself fully to the Sunburst throne and her dream of reshaping the Chantry. There seems to be trouble in the background. Within a year, she removed restrictions surrounding Chantry priesthood, allowing men and women of all races to be initiated and ordained. Which I'm sure was oh so popular. This decree was followed swiftly by her decision to return the Canticle of Chartan to the canonical chant, a move that divided Andrastians deeply. A rebellion to renounce her and return the Chantry to its former state arose, beginning first in Orlais, then spreading to other parts of Thedas. Divine Victoria was resolute, holding her ground even after several unsuccessful attempts on her life. Yeah, that was silly. Seemingly unconcerned with the assassination attempts, she held up the hostility leveled against her as proof that she was on the right path. Sarah left the Inquisition with scarcely more ties than when she began, disappearing back into her confusing weave of favors and friends. After seeing the world brought to the brink by arrogance and pride, it was a blessing to return to normal, however strange and normal it might be. With frequent visits to her whittle, of course. Aww. I love the little bees exploding out of the back. With perhaps most unnerving was Sarah's standing offer to the divine. When the knobs piss about with your left hand or right, call in Red Jenny to give them 2 fingers. Varric took up the role of Viscount and, with the help of his friend Hawk, rebuilt Kirkwall's damaged infrastructure. Ah yes, because Hawk lives. Under his rule, the city-state finally resumed its place as the major trade hub of the Free Marches. He continued to ignore all mail from both the Merchants Guild and the Prince of Starkhaven. Yeah. Yeah. With the Inquisition disbanded, the Bull's Chargers returned to taking jobs throughout Orlais and Ferelden. Gave y'all some freedom. Fighting demons and clearing out the remains of Venatori forces, the Iron Bull did his part to restore order to Thedas. Many of the jobs brought the Chargers close to the Imperium's border, where, from time to time, in a border town villa, Bull and a certain Tevinter Magister would spend a few hours together before life pulled them apart again. Yaw. Making it work. It's important. After the Inquisition disbanded, Cullen retired from active service with his Mabari pup. He returned to Ferelden, establishing a sanctuary for former Templars on land Divine Victoria granted to him. With his help, many Templars shed their lyrium addiction, and those whose minds were too far gone spent their last days in comfort. And he promised that, should his friends from the Old Inquisition ever need him, his blade would be ready. Dorian returned to Tevinter to take his father's place in the Magisterium. And rock the boat in a lot of other places, as seen in Tevinter Nights. As rumors flew about the Imperium's infighting, Dorian was spoken of often as a voice of resistance against corruption. Along with Magister Meveris Tilani, he formed a group called the Lucerni to restore and redeem Tevinter, a fight many thought hopeless. Those fighting with Magister Pavus at his side noted that he kept a constant communication with the Inquisitor via message crystal. Whether for vital information or for moral support, these talks seemed to give Dorian the strength to continue his fight. On occasion, Venatori forces ambushed Dorian, who likely would have died. Had not an unnamed mercenary band led by a Talvashoth warrior crossed Tevinter's border and mounted a dangerous rescue operation. The mercenaries left a trail of freed slaves and dead Venatori in their wake, enabling Dorian to escape. Good job, Bull. When asked about the Talvashoth in question, Magister Pavus declined to comment. After the Exalted Council, Tom Rainier bid farewell to his friends and went to Weishaupt Fortress to pledge himself to the Grey Wardens for good. While he was rarely seen in the years that followed, some said they encountered Rainier in far-flung lands, their accounts always similar. In what regard? Rainier carried out the duty of the Wardens, but always found time to help others along the way. As any good Warden would do. Sometimes he served as a shield for the defenseless, other times he spread simple cheer among children with gifts of small, carved toys. With the Inquisition disbanded, Josephine made her farewells and returned to Antiva and her family. Thanks to the Inquisitor's help, the Montiliers were once again permitted to trade in Orlais. The next few years were a busy time, as many ships with Montilier crest were built and set sail from Antiva's harbors. Soon, Rivani pirate captains with an ancient feud against Josephine's ancestors took to the seas, determined to rekindle the rivalry. Hope that didn't go so well. Apart from Josephine's sister Yvette nearly eloping with a dashing pirate prince on one occasion, Lady Montilier took the development in stride. Cole returned to the Fade, saying that there was more pain coming and that he knew where compassion would be most needed. And he left his hat. He promised that his friends in the Inquisition would remember him, and that where the hurt was greatest, he would help. After the events of the Winter Palace, elves left the Inquisition under mysterious circumstances, as did elven servants across all of Thedas. None could say where they went, but those who believed the Inquisitor's story about Fen'Harel wondered just how large the Dread Wolf's forces were. And what the ancient elven rebel had planned. Lavellan sometimes came awake from dreams in which her lover watched her sadly from across an endless distance. If they were more than simple dreams, she could not say, for every time she reached for him, he vanished into nothing. Still, she searched and dreamed and waited for a way to change the Dread Wolf's heart. Still getting used to the not having an arm thing, huh?
My agents have found nothing. With the Illuvians, he could be anywhere.
With the Inquisition officially disbanded, we have no army, no formal alliances.
We have what we truly need.
We will need to be careful.
Solus knows everything about us. Who we are, how we work, our strengths and weaknesses.
Then we find people he doesn't know. We will save our friend from himself. If we can.
Alright, so thank you everyone for tuning into this Let's Play. I'm gonna mute the music here. As much as I love it, it's hard to talk over. So, thanks again for tuning in. It is so strange to be ending Inquisition, especially today, of all days. Like I said, if I've done things correctly, based upon when I was looking at my calendar, it's my birthday today. And man, what an episode to have to celebrate my birthday with. However, it's also a little sad, because Dragon Age has been a staple of my channel. It was the first series that I started Let's Playing with. And again, I mentioned this years ago when I started my channel, that I started with Dragon Age because it was a series I loved that has a lot of replay value, and there's tons of things that you can always discover in a new playthrough, and in fact I did discover new things in this playthrough. But, you know, it's generally not advised to do a blind playthrough as like your very first Let's Play. But obviously now that is changing in regards to my channel. I am still looking forward to Dragon Age 4. I know it's still years off yet, and yes, that makes me sad in some ways. But at the same time, getting to see that little sneak peek that they gave us of the what's the fuss? Of like some of the art haunted areas that Bioware did. That was really neat to see, and I'm really excited about some of it because when I read Winter Nights,
What is this?
earlier this year,
A new book? All this shit is weird. Oh, Varric, that is a terrible title. What are you even thinking?
Okay, sorry about that. So, anyways,
The sky churned like a rolling sea on a dark and stormy night, centered on a gaping hole that led to the arse end of nowhere. A hole that spit up many things that day, comets, demons, and a whole lot of trouble. It's about the Inquisition.
Anyways, one of the things I'm really looking forward to, and I think that they are going to include, is a new rogue.
The din of the tavern cut the silence like it owed the carter money. In the middle, in her element, Red Jenny. She looked me up and down, mostly down. Not playing, weirdy, she said, gesturing with and dismissively eating a sandwich. Don't write that. Seriously, piss up a row. Sarah made the subtext text, which suited me fine.
Anyways, the new subclass I'm excited about is a Ravani Lord of Fortune.
The court enchanter swirled into the
oh my
room
God,
like
Cassandra.
a drop of beautiful poison spreading in a wine glass. She sized me up with a glance.
I'm so glad you made it, my dear, she said. I am Madame de Fair, the most terrifying person you shall ever meet.
Oh my God. But yeah, there's a lot that I'm excited about. I'm actually...
Liliana enfolded Alphonse in an embrace as warm as a serpent's kiss. I always knew I could count on your support. The Count did not feel the bite of her poisoned dart until it was too late. Even if it requires your death.
I'm also hoping we get a crow again in the next game. I've missed having one.
Drops of rain glistened on the griffin medallion grasped tightly in Blackwall's hand. The silverite wings of valor. They mean nothing. He flung the medal to the cold and uncaring ground. You don't know what I've done. You don't know me. So romantic.
Oh my gosh. I may just like... Okay. But yeah, anyways, looking forward to Dragon Age 4.
Moved
eventually.
like a shadow that also moved like a knife. A shadow wearing a hat where dreams came to die. It's a riddle, he whispered. A cold riddle that gnaws at your mind, but you'll feel better when it's gone. That makes as much sense as anything Cole says.
Very true.
Do you place your herald above the law, Ambassador? Whose law, my lady? Josephine's eyes glittered like angry opals. The law destroyed by rebellion, by civil war, by poor fiscal management. We are the law.
Oh, this is the best. I didn't, like, listen to the credits last time. I was just kind of like, good, done.
We left our mark on Adamant, but the dust hadn't settled, and neither had Harding. I can offer you a drink, if I catch your meaning.
If you'd caught my meaning, you'd have offered a double.
What is even happening here?
Oh, Cassandra. Thank you.
The Iron Bull was a great slab of muscle with horns that could hang a tapestry. One eye scanned for threats, while the other hid behind an eye patch like a chantry sister's old sins. "Come on," he barked, not looking back as he entered. "The dancer with the great rack comes on in 5. That is spot on, actually.
Yep. Oh man, and just like hearing her do the voices. Oh.
The commander had the look of a Templar who had seen the worst of humanity, yet still had the time to style his hair. "This isn't just a war," he said, his gaze steely like a dull blade. "It's the only war." Cullen! That's Cullen!
Uh-huh. Oh my gosh. This is the best. Okay, come on. Come on, I need more.
The mage wore a class of handsome sneer cultivated by 1,000 years of Tevinter elitism. "The name's Dorian," he glared. D-O-R-I-A-N. Spell it right, you marble-headed lump, or it's toad time. A toad? That's hardly credible.
Yeah, not really Dorian's style.
The bold elf spun, mage staff crackling like the city after a good man's murder. "You're crazy," the Red Templar cried in terror. Moonlight glinted off ears like the knives you never see coming. Better to fade out than burn away. Ugh, Varric.
Oh, man. Okay.
Wait, where am I? I don't... Oh, here it is. The Seeker clutched at my vest, her tears as desperate as they were pitiful. "Varric, I was wrong about everything," she sobbed. "Could you find it in your noble heart to forgive me?" That dwarf, he put me in the book! I'm in the book! I am reading the shit out of this!
To all of you who played Dragon Age Inquisition, who laughed, cried, and reached out on social media, who made fan art and comics and cosplay and jokes, thank you. Dragon Age Inquisition was a labor of love. Without you, it never would have been possible. Your support, your passion touched us deeply. We hope that in some small way this game touched you as well. Bear your blade and raise it high. The Dragon Age team. Yeah. And thank y'all for coming with me on this adventure. Yeah, I guess this means it's time for a new series. Anyways, thanks again. And in the meantime, in between time, take care, have fun, and happy trails.